welcome to my channel. My name is Primrose if you don't know me, and I create Wicca, beauty, travel, lifestyle videos. There's plenty more coming as well, so this is kind of like my little hobby and I'd really love to have you guys here for the journey. So if you would like to see more, please do hit that subscribe button. Please do give me a thumbs up to let me know that you enjoy my videos, and let's just jump straight in. So guys, hi! How are you all doing today? I'm trying to make these a little bit more casual because I've had the worst kind of word block, and sitting in front of a camera and talking has been really difficult for me lately. I don't know what it is. I think it's an anxiety based thing. So the last couple of videos that I did I had to scrap, so there has been a couple of like blank spaces in my scheduling, but we're back on track now. Today what we're going to be doing is looking at some of my favourite witchy apps. These are definitely my picks for 2020. I am not by any means sponsored by any of these apps. I adore them and I use them at least on a weekly basis, and they're so helpful to me as a Wiccan, as someone who enjoys spirituality, and I think they're really going to be helpful to you guys as well. So without further ado, let me sort out my screen recorder because I'm a complete noob. Haha, welcome to the video. Okay, so if you guys are seeing what I am seeing, you just have to not ignore the background because he is gorgeous, but my lovely Blake is my background, and you will be seeing the apps that I do actually have on my phone as well, but it's out there. But then if I go into this folder that I made here, it's called, I named it Wicca. I click on that. These are my 6 top apps for 2020. Okay, so we're just going to go in order that they are arranged. So the first one that I want to talk to you guys about is Wicker Calendar. Now, I'm a busy girl, okay? I got shit going on, and not having a job, not knowing where I am in the week is really hard to also keep track of where I am in terms of the wheel of the year with Wicca. So this app literally is a lifesaver when it comes to thinking, oh crap, something's coming up, I know it is, what the hell is it? So if you click on Wheel of the Year, you get an ad. So if you click on Wheel of the Year, this is what you should see. It does go based on what hemisphere you're in, so the north or the south, so I think that's really useful because when I was travelling Australia and New Zealand, I did like to keep up with the Wiccan Sabbats that were coming up, so it was so helpful because I'm not used to thinking like someone in the southern hemisphere, so it was really handy for that aspect. And it's really useful because it not only at the top does it tell you how long you've got to go until whatever Sabbath, then underneath you've got the Sabbath that's coming up, and then underneath that you have a full picture of the Wiccan Wheel of the Year. So it's so useful. You've got the dates, you've got the names, and it's just super handy to have, and I do check this on a regular basis. Now some of the other aspects of this app are pretty cool. They're really nice features. I don't use them as much because the Wicker Calendar, the Wheel of the Year, is what I mainly use this for. But they do have phases of the moon. Underneath that you have the Book of Shadows. Now what you can do is basically have an online Book of Shadows. Now this is yours, this isn't shared with anybody, so if you want to make online notes, if you want to take quick notes on your phone, if you know that they're going to be Wicca related and you want to separate that from your everyday life, which some Wiccans do, then all you have to do is click the pen and you can literally write out a little as much as you want. You can title it, you can make it professional if you want to do it properly. If you want to store your Book of Shadows on here, that is absolutely acceptable. You don't just have to have, you know, an old fashioned Book of Shadows. You can definitely have one online. There's no rules against that, especially for modern witches that are always on the go. It's not always practical to take around a Book of Shadows where you could literally have this to hand wherever you go. But then if you click on community, you get community saved Book of Shadows posts, and I think this is really, really useful because it gives you lots of information. So this is one on the worm moon that we recently just had, and it's just nice little snippets of information. And there's also spells on here if that's something you want. You've got the Wiccan Read, which is all on here as well. So literally everything that you could need is at your fingertip. And then they also do have a glossary as well, which again is really useful, and you can click from letter to letter. I love the typography as well. If anyone knows what typography this is, it's beautiful. So they also have a gallery. I've never used this before, so I'm not too sure how it works. I don't know if it's the owner who's posted these or if it's people that have posted these. I've not explored that part of this app. And then they also have themes, so you can choose what your wheel of the year looks like. So I've gone for the colour one because I like bright colours, I think it's really pretty, but some people might want more traditional, so the wood version, there's a default version if you just want it plain, and there's also a black wood version, so I think that's a really nice little addition. So that's Wicker Calendar. It's quite a simple app, but it has so much to it when you actually delve in there, and for a Wiccan I think it's so useful. Then if we look at our next app, it is called Moon. Now this is a live version of where the moon is, but you can also see it for all days of the week going on, I assume indefinitely. There must have a stop point, but it's so useful. So basically it gives you a notification when a full moon's coming up, which I absolutely love. And then if you look at the app like this, basically it tells you where the moon is at the moment. It gives you information on when you can potentially see the moon. It gives information on when the sun rises, when the sunrise sets, and when the moon rises and when the moon sets. Things like moon age, distance, the zodiac associated with the moon is also really useful, because I feel like when doing certain spell work, I like to consider the moon phase, I like to consider the zodiac. It's a very long thought process for when I do a spell. So all the information that I can get, the better, and this app allows me to do that. And then it also gives a little chart of the cycle of the moon as well. Again, really useful information. And then you can click on the calendar and you can actually search for a specific date that you want. And then you can also change the location to a custom location. So I've just got the basic version of this app. I don't have the pro version. I'm not entirely sure what extras that would include, but for me this is enough. And a really handy app to have. So definitely recommend getting this if you're into your moon cycles, if you're into syncing up when you do certain rituals, certain spells, then it is very useful. The next app that we have is called Just Rain. Now you might be wondering, Jade, why the hell have you put Just Rain in your Wicca recommendations for an app? Okay, so hear me out, okay? Basically, I can't settle to any of these guided meditations. All these apps I'm useless at, okay? I just can't get into them, I can't settle. I need my own headspace, and having someone talking over that takes me away from being in the moment. So I find it extremely relaxing to listen to rain noises. So by having this Just Rain app, I can meditate in a peaceful, calm, relaxing environment. I feel like the rhythm of the rain also puts me in kind of a trance. I know that sounds really strange, but I don't know, it's just the sound of it, and it takes me into like a different headspace, and it allows me to clear everything that I'm thinking of. I mean, sometimes I even sleep to this, and I think it goes for meditation and then I fall asleep. So it's a really lovely app, and basically I love how it works, because if you click anywhere on the screen, it changes the direction of the rain, the heaviness of the rain, well that's pretty much it, the direction and the heaviness of the rain basically. So if I click down at the bottom, it will get super heavy, loud, intense, thrashing rain. Oh, it's giving me goosebumps now. But if I want it a bit lighter, then I can click the middle, just have a nice little pitter patter, and change the direction of the rainfall. And if I just want a little sound, a little bit of the rain, I will just take it right to the top. I just find it super hypnotic and so therapeutic to listen to. So that is why on here you don't see any guided meditations. I can't get on with them. I'm not gonna recommend something to you guys that I personally don't get on with. You know, I'm sure there's people out there that struggle with getting into guided meditations too, and that's okay. If you're like me and do struggle, maybe try just listening to rain, or just listening to nature sounds, and just listening to natural things. Okay, so the next app is for all my girls out there. So it's called Flow. So Flow is basically a female period app. Now you might be again wondering, why the hell is this in your Wicca app collection? Okay, so the reason that I felt this was relevant was because, one, for females out there, it allows you to track your period, it allows you to track your symptoms, it allows you to monitor every state that your body's in. Not only that, it tells you your cycle, it tells you how long your cycle has been, how short your cycle has been, and it's going to allow you to keep track of every aspect of your cycle. Like the moon has phases, I believe that women have phases, and that is sometimes why your period can be called your moon cycle, because you'll be going through a certain cycle just like the moon, and that's why I think this is relevant. And not only that, some Wiccans choose to use expelled blood. Not only do they use it in their spell work in terms of utilising the expelled blood, but you might choose not to use that part of the process, but you might choose to harness the energy and how you feel as a female in terms of spell work. So a lot of people say that this is the time where the woman is the most powerful because she is the most connected to herself, to her physical being. So that is my reasoning for explaining to you why I think this is a great app for all the female Wiccans out there that do get periods. So on your today, it will show you today's date, what's going on, and then you've also got a monthly calendar here as well, so it allows you to log as you go, and then you've also got a yearly calendar if you want to see that, and you have specific insights based on your activity, based on, oh okay, mine's currently not working, based on your activity, based on the things you input into the app, so your symptoms, you get information, advice, you've got courses. I can't talk you through that because it is a new implementation and I haven't actually been on it, and for some reason it's not loading. Oh, here we go. So you have courses, so you've got a health challenge, you've got loads of different things to help you, help sleep, help stress through meditation, fertility. So it is a great app with so much information, and then you can also go on secret chats. These are where questions are posed and you can talk about them, discuss them with other women. You can, you know, explain your experiences. So it is a whole community full of women who are tracking their period, trying to get pregnant, just embracing being a woman and functioning as a woman. So it is definitely recommended as part of my apps for this year. A really good app. I really recommend you guys exploring this for yourselves and inputting your data, and yeah, just having fun with it, because you shouldn't be embarrassed, you shouldn't be stressed, and it's natural, so don't worry. Next we have an app called Horrors. Now I really like this app, and I don't use it very often, but I like just having it there. It's kind of like a part of me in an app just sat there. So basically it tells you your sun, your moon and your rising sign, but then also other parts of who you are based on your date of birth. So as you can see, I'm an Aries sun, I'm a Gemini moon, and I'm a rising Virgo. So I'd actually be really interested to know what you guys think about that. What does that tell you about me as a person? Please do put that down below, because I would be super interested to hear your thoughts, because I always love to know what people think of that combination as a character, as a person. But on this page it's basically really detailed app. So how it says Aries sun, you can click on that and it will tell you a description of what the sun represents. It will tell you how that represents, how it expresses itself in your specific star sign. It gives you a whole description on that. Like, look how lengthy this is. It is packed full of information, and every single one has lots of information on. So it then again tells me what my Gemini moon means for me, my Aries in Mercury, what that means. So if you're struggling with your sun, your moon, your rising signs, you want to do more information on that, and you want to know what makes you in more detail, then this is a brilliant app for that. So it gives you all of the planetary correspondences. So the next part of this app is houses. So this is how the planets express themselves. The houses of the natal chart reveal where these energies play out. This is part of the premium package, and I don't actually have this because I feel like just knowing my sun, my moon, my rising is what I came to this app for, and that provides that, so that's great. You've also got aspects. Now I'm not too sure what this means. I'm sure for some people it will mean so much and I have no idea. I haven't had a chance to actually just research it and sit down, but again, that's on there too. You also get an info chart telling you the elements that make up you. So I am 33% Earth, which is crazy because when you look at it in its simplest forms, I'm an Aries, and that is mainly a fire sign, when really a lot of who I am is made up by Earth. We've got modality, we've got polarity, numerology on here as well, so there is so much on here and it is packed full of information for you guys. And then there's also your chart here as well, so you have everything you could need, everything that is a full little package of you and your star sign and who you are and what makes up you is all right here. So a fantastic little app. There is also friends on here, so if you guys have this app, if you download it, let me know what your name is on here and I would definitely add you. I would love to see you guys on here. I would love to see you guys on this app. It would be great. So definitely let me know. And then there's also the last little thing about this app is it gives a little bit of a horoscope. So it tells you about your personal life, emotions, profession, look, and then also the moon phase as well. And then there's even a trivia section. So there is so much to this app that I could keep talking and and it's so much fun to explore. So if you are, you know, not even a Wiccan, if you are spirituality minded, if you want to get into star signs and all that sort of stuff, then this is a fantastic little app. Definitely recommend it. Go and download it. Why am I still talking? Yeah, fantastic. Sold. And then we have the last app, and potentially the one that I'm going to be talking about for the next hour. So this app is called Amino. If you're not familiar with Amino, basically it's lots of different communities and groups that join a page and a community essentially, and all the people that have that interest in that community can join. And it used to have a separate app called Pagans and Witches, however that's now an inactive app, so if you have that, do delete it. Just get this main Amino app and you can dive straight into here, and from here it will be a dashboard of all of your joined groups. This is the interface and you can access all the groups from here. So as you can see, this is my communities. Now I'm a bit poor with checking in on my communities, I really am. However, I can say that I use Pagans and Witches Amino all the time. All the damn time, and I get so addicted to this app, I really do. It is so hard for me to stop and put it down when I open it. So I have to be harsh on myself. I really have to stop myself. So I'm going to jump straight into Pagans and Witches. And I'm going to check in because I'm terrible for not remembering to do this. Awesome. So I will briefly talk you through what and how this app works. So you've got all the things in front of you that look quite intimidating right now, so we don't want to join any more communities. So you've got your menu, you've got all the people that are online on this community. If you press this plus, this allows you to make a quiz, question, you go live, you can do a story, you can do a public chat room, wiki entry, blog, and draft. So there's so many options. You've also got active chats and you've got yourself. If you pull the screen over like this, this also shows you yourself. You can earn points and change your score, your level, by logging in every day, by communicating, by making posts. If you scroll down, you've got again your chats, you've got the guidelines, public chat rooms, wiki. Now if you are new to this app, I definitely recommend going over to the guidelines, then go to the beginners corner and just have a little look around, just explore. You know, as you play through this app, as you work through it, you'll definitely pick things up quicker than me explaining them to you. But as you scroll down, you've got featured, you've got challenges and events that go on, and then if you keep going down, you've got a vendors corner for people that like to make witchy things, and then you've got spell books. So there's so much on here that I can't get my words out quick enough. This is my page, so if you are on Pagans and Witches, do give me a follow. I would love to hear from you guys over on there as well. So you've got your main account, your main page, you've got notifications up here at the top. A part of Wiccan Pagans and Witches that I love to go on is the latest feed, because I like to communicate with a lot of people straight away. So, I mean, that looks a bit haunting, but there's so many different things, people asking for advice, ways that you can communicate with people, ways that you can talk to people in the community, and it's just such a nice environment. I literally cannot say enough about this app to praise it, because I get so addicted and there's so much to it. It is literally witch social media and it is fantastic. It is all my favourite apps in one. You can post pictures, you can post what you're doing, you can post YouTube videos, you can post advice, you can post questions. It is everything at your fingertips. You can go on chats, you can join so many different kinds of chats. So there's worshippers of Aphrodite, there's eco, YouTube witches, witches of Instagram, pagans in animal practice. There is literally a group chat for everything. There is a place for everybody out there on this app, and if you feel like you don't fit in, or you have a niche, or you want people that feel the same or believe the same as you, then this is a wonderful app for finding those like-minded people. And it is a great place to learn too. If you are just starting out as a Wiccan, as a witch, as a pagan, or whatever path that you follow under paganism, there is going to be something for you on here. You're going to be able to start from the very beginning. So if you go over to Beginner's Corner, there is a blog, loads to read, a brief introduction of where to find things, what to do, and a great place for you to start your journey. So I literally don't know what else to say about this app. There is way too much for me to talk about, and I could literally do a whole video on how great this app is, but I don't want to keep you guys here too long. I am an avid rambler and I'm trying to condense everything that I do. If you don't download any of the apps I've recommended, then please at least try this one, because I feel like with Wicca, with paganism, you're constantly learning. You're constantly learning new things. You're constantly trying to broaden your mind. At least I am as a person, and that's who I am. I can't help but want to learn more and more and more about something. This has everything. It has people that have been there, has done it, has lived through it. People there willing to support each other. And sometimes that's quite hard to find, especially just on normal social media. So on like Instagram, I can hashtag witches of Instagram, I can hashtag witchy woman, I can hashtag Wicca, but having a community, a solid community based full of witches or pagans, you don't get that. Not really. You have groups on Facebook, but they're quite biased, whereas I feel on pagans and witches, you search for what you want, you look for the information, you connect with people that you want on your terms, and that's what makes it such a special app. So with all that being said, I'm going to end the video here. They were my top 6 witchy, Wicca, pagan, spirituality, whatever themed apps for 2020. I've had these apps now for at least 6 months to a year. I mean, maybe even more than that. So I can definitely assure you guys, these apps for 2020 will see you through. They are fantastic. I use them at least once a week. Pagans and witches, I don't want to tell you how much I use that, and I don't want to tell you how much I get addicted to that, but I think I made it quite clear. So I'm going to end the video here. Thank you so much for being here with me. It means the absolute world that you will listen to me ramble and take on board my opinions. If you have any apps that you would recommend to me, put them down below and I will check them out. I would love to know what kind of apps you guys use, if any, and I would love to try them out for myself. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!